Ladies, if you listen, I can teach you a few things. Let's say your mind is wandering and you have a family and you have a good husband who's providing and you wonder what your life could have been like. You wonder what it would be like if you had followed your dreams and your aspirations. You wonder what it would be like to have money and be able to travel all over the world like some people do. So if your mind gets to wandering like that, you can't possibly have a close relationship with your God, whatever your God is.
Speak up.
So I don't have a voice that escalates really loud, but just saying, if your mind is wandering, then work on your spiritual life. So after being together for 40 years, it was hard to keep myself focused on me. I focused on everybody else. So focus on yourself, focus on your health, focus on your children, focus on your family. And then when you get to 59, you won't regret, because you spent your life doing most of the things you should do. Because if your mind wandering about, I keep getting those words mixed up, but you know what I mean. Wondering and wandering within your mind. It's just a lot of wasted effort. And I'm going to go back to what my mom says. Don't have any regrets. So you should just go ahead on and do what you really want to do. Do what you really want. Whatever you want to do, just go ahead on and do that, because having those regrets when you get older is not going to be fun to deal with. You've already sown, so now you're reaping. So how you want to reap? How you want to end up reaping?
Now, the mountain behind us, it don't look like much. It looks like, well, we call it a foothill. Yeah, it don't look like much, but it's much higher than what you think that it is. You have to, once you start getting on it, you'll find out. You know. So, but even at the age 59, 60, I'm 60, and so even at this age, I still get out and do stuff like this right here. You know what I'm saying? It's I can make an excuse about, oh, I'm injured. I got a knee injury. I got a hip injury. You know, I got weight on me. But guess what? I still get out here and I move. I still get it in. I still go to the mountains. I still go on walks. And I don't have no high blood pressure. Ain't that some shit?
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have sugar diabetes. You know what I'm saying? So,
the doctor wanted to too.
Oh yeah.
She was not happy.
They can taste it.
Well, I tested you for that and you didn't have it.
Yeah, no.
It's like, why not?
Yeah, why don't you 265 pounds? How come you don't have no diabetes? How come you don't have high blood pressure? You go figure. You go figure. I don't have it, don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I've ever had a problem with those things, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, if I get out here and work out, you know, my blood pressure's gonna go up some. But normally, I'm not saying that I don't ever have a problem with it. It's just I know when I have it, when I've been eating too much junk. You know, liquor do it, and too much sugar do it. So, but anyways, I want to say that because yesterday when I made, well, I don't know if it was yesterday, whatever day it was, the question about the steak and lobster, right? And you know, many people say that, you know, that means that a diplomacy is getting ready to happen. Whatever is getting ready to happen, we know it's getting ready to happen because it's been written that these things were going to happen. So I don't even know why we try to act like, you know, the stuff is such a surprise all of a sudden. It's not a surprise. It's going to happen no matter what. So we might as well be prepared, but we just don't know when it's going to, when it's going to hit here. But I'll say this right here, that when it does, we should be prepared. We should be young and old. You know what I'm saying? I can't walk as far as I used to, but damn it, I still walk. You know what I'm saying? I still get out here. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I ain't gonna be easy pickings.
What kind of war do you think, you guys, what kind of war do you think is really in play or in their mind? You can't really think that it's going to be a war like the Vietnam War or the Desert Storm War. You really can't think that.
It's more tech. More tech.
I mean, and if it is, we all done for it in.
Well, it's more tech, more bombing, They don't want to come in and do that stuff. No, they want to just blow you up. And then, come in after the week. But the question is like, what y'all fighting about? What the hell you need to fight about? You know what I'm saying? This world, huh? What's wrong with you? This world is big enough for everybody. And it's plenty to eat. So, I think it's just the power source that want to control everything, right? And pretend that they're good, when in actuality you're not good. You know what I'm saying? You are of your father, and you see what he's done. Hey, what good is bombs, nuclear bombs, atom bombs, all these? What good is that for humanity? How you gonna help? How's that gonna help humanity? And how is it going to help humanity? Where you got a mansion that's 30,000 square feet and all this other stuff like that, and you got 40 cars in your garage and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Now, how's that supposed to help us or anybody whatsoever? So, but anyways,
it's making them happy or content, I should say.
Yeah, it does. Makes. They say that money answers for all things, right? But you're supposed to use money and not let money use you. You use it what it's needed for, you know what I'm saying, to supply your need. Some things that we don't really have to have.
So I got a challenge for y'all, because I know from watching TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, there's a lot of people who are in our area, in Arizona. We challenge y'all to come hike with us. Can y'all form a group with us? We'll hike y'all asses down.
Don't start something you can't finish.
I hike y'all down. You heard me?
Okay.
If my back ain't hurt. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Come join us in a hike, you young people.
If you feel like it today.
Well, why you just worry about yourself?
Yeah.
Worry about yourself.
What's up with your nose?
What is it?
It's red. What's going on?
So y'all up for a challenge? You Arizona people, anybody near Phoenix and Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler? Why you in my face?
I'm telling you something.
My face, bro.
That mess
Get
must
out
be
my
messing.
face.
I cannot be in your face.
Get.
How can I be in your face?
Challenge to the 20, 30, 40, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds. Let's go. Get
Looking at you and being in your face is two different things. If I was in your face, I'll break your bones.
Break them.
That's the only way I can be in your face.
It's time to go. All right, so.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Where's Silly Mountain off of? What's that road there?
This is Highway 60.
60?
Yeah, or what they call old 60 Highway.
I'm gonna take my old tail down off this heat.
Well, the thing is, if you go up the road right here, you're gonna run into the medieval camp, right? From back in the day when the Spaniards was marching across the damn desert, looking for people to kill and gold. And they have the festival every year back down the road here,
Why do we, as a people, and not just my people, as a culture of the world, focus on how bad everybody treats black people. I think we give it so much energy because we've been going through it for so long. But don't you think, like we were talking about when we was walking, like you speak those things as if they are. If you keep talking about everybody hate black people, aren't you speaking it into existence?
Well, you are, but see, these are technical things. We keep referring to ourselves as something that we're not. That's been an issue of ours for a long time. We're using other people's words to describe us. That's how they describe us. We have to start describing ourselves, talking about who we are versus what everybody else thinks that we are. You know what I'm saying? I get so tired of getting on these social medias and have to correct what somebody's saying. You know what I'm saying? And when I say correct them, I'm talking about certain language. Not that they're wrong for saying what they're saying. But if you're saying it about me, it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Let me describe who I am, not you describe who I am.
So when big deal?
So when you call me black,
I don't understand what the big deal is.
I'm not black.
That's so important.
Because it's important because words have vibration to it.
No, okay. So they probably already know, but why do you guys think it's so important and they focus so much on the world calling us black when we are proven to be Moors? Why? Why is it so important?
Because it puts an identity on you that you're not. You're not that. That's not who you are. See? Because in their mind, that means something bad. In your mind, you thinking good. In their mind, they think bad. Right? So, but that's because that's what they call us. They refer to us as being that. But if you go back to calling yourself what you truly are, then you can't let nobody define you. Not only that, but everything is about law. You remember I said that earlier. Our problem is that we're having a spiritual warfare. The physical warfare only spills out after the spiritual things happen, right? But the spiritual warfare that we're having is in many different ways. We think it's just about religion, whether we call on, Jesus, or we call on Allah, Isa, Yah, whatever it is that you think that it is, right? That's not the main spiritual warfare. It's not the only part of the spiritual warfare. Words are spiritual warfare. And so when they're using words for you in directions, you know what I'm saying? Again, we're talking about direction. I'm saying that the sun is coming out of the west. They're gonna say it's the east. Potato. Well, who taught us?
No, it's not potato. They're not the same.
Exactly. You saying is that, and so because you said, I'm supposed to accept it. No, I know better. Listen. Why do we have geopolitical jurisdictions? Meaning whole territories, geography, geopolitical. That is a jurisdiction. Time is a jurisdiction. Words are jurisdictions. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you think. Okay? So if we again, the superiority of the European, if he draws a map of the world, he draws himself at the top. If you take another people, they draw themselves at the top, right? But the real reality of the world is that we're going to talk about something outside of the European concept of the world. In actuality, Europe is down. The African nations, all the African and melanated nations are pointing up toward the sun. and all the European nations are actually pointing down away from the sun. Okay? That is a jurisdictional thing. So if I take your maps and keep feeding you all these maps that you see with your eye, your mind automatically starts thinking the wrong direction. Okay? Nobody's going to agree and say, oh, well, they're going to say that nigga crazy. He's saying that the sun is in the west. That's the east coast over there, right? Sure, you're going to think that until you start finding out there's some different maps out there. You know? But what's all that about? What's so important about it? Who cares?
Right, exactly.
Well, a whole lot of people care, right? Because when you get, let's say Islam prayer, in Islam, prayer is important to the Muslim and the direction that he is praying in. Right? It's important to him because why? It's geopolitical. Okay? Even though he may be over here, he's gonna do what? They're gonna face what? The Kaaba. The Kaaba stone, right? Facing the east. Okay? And so they're gonna be facing in that direction, calling that the east. Right? That's not the east. Okay? The sun is coming out of West Africa, or Kibalan.
That bird wants some water.
The bird can find water on his own. They don't need
But so how's that beneficial for the next generation? For 100 years from now, how is what you're telling them going to benefit them? You want to look at the bird water.
Yeah, go ahead and give them some water. Well, the generations are now beginning to wake up. They've been bamboozled for a long time, but they're starting to wake up now. Think about it. There was a young lady that mentioned that, okay, this was Egypt, right? If you take a look around out here, it's not hard to figure out what she's talking about. But the reason why it would be beneficial for the generations to come is because in the beginning, there was a thing that happened. You know, the scriptures talks about that, you know, God being the first and the last, right? And the everlasting. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. In other words, the thing that was done shall be done again. Okay? In other words, whatever we've been taught, remember the scripture talks about that if there be knowledge, right, it was going to cease. Right? All these things were going to cease that we think. And in the book of Isaiah, it says that this man was going to think to change the times, dates, ways, laws. You see what I'm saying? Changing something doesn't mean that it is. Okay, the world, this planet, this planet, they're taking the bath. This planet was here before you and I got here. Okay? In the modern day. But it's been laid out ever since we've been here. You see what I'm saying? And it's in a particular direction. So if we change your directions, then jurisdictionally, we got you in a box. We put you in a box, you know, jurisdictionally with direction. Okay? So, and if you don't believe me, I'm gonna tell y'all this, that Florida is not pointing down. Florida on the map, when you turn the map right, Florida is up, going up. So it's south. That's the true south. South is up, not down. North is down, south is up. Okay? And so this is the reason why directionally we all messed up. They keep telling us we're going to California, we're traveling to the West Coast. Come on, man, get out of here. Get out of here. We're in the Maghreb El Aqsa. We're in the Maghreb El Aqsa, the farthest Africa west. The whole entire Western Hemisphere is the West. But we're talking about direction. We're west of so-called Africa, but this whole continent is west. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? The whole continent is west. Well, come on, yeah, we ready. We're gonna take off because I'm talking crazy right now.
You wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I'm not talking crazy. I'm just talking crazy. Yeah.
His voice is coming back. Beware.
Yeah, my voice is coming back. Yeah.